The fifth race of the Target Series season is the first road course race of the season. We head to the Charlotte Motor Speedway for the Charlotte Roval race. This is the Bojangles 175. Evan Hunter in the 64 car on pole for today's race, beside him starting in second, the 38 of Adam McDowell. Then third place is Zachary Fitzwater Sr., fourth place Eli Bright, and rounding out the top five, Roman Fenway in the 89 car. Starting in sixth, we have Mason Baskers. Seventh place is Jose Mills. Luke Rainey in eighth. Ninth place we have Code Red, and rounding out the top 10 is the 2 of Colin Teague. Back behind those drivers, brought to make the 42, inside of him the 92 of Landon Lyons. Then we have Max Aronson the 23 and the 04 of John Smith. Then there's Tommy Fletcher Jr. and Keyshawn Richardson in the 11. Then there's Taylor Brian Price and Eric Olson the 25. Then we have Mathis Wells and Casey Nanico, along with Levi Shones the points leader and Jennifer Buford in the 18. Then we have Sebastian Kukulon and Justin Seidel the 30, with Riley Sproul to winner at Texas last race and who's outside the 1 of Jay Jefferson. Then we have Michael Gregory and Madison Tull the 47. Anthony Naz in the 21 car and the 17 of Jake Richardson. Then there's Eric DeLello and Brett Sierra the 48, with DJ Reed and Trey Rainey in the 32. Then we have Sebastian Dupain and Alex Fletcher the 41, Danny Lloyd 10, 55 Colton Yo, Jeff Bright the 5 and the 6 of Landon Dinkins, and rounding out the field 41st Alex Turner, 42nd the 20 of Jake Galloway. And once again, joined in the booth by Trey Bartone. Trey, this is a unique track. It's very, very technical. What areas of the racetrack do you see as issues for these drivers here today?
Well, from the during the practice sessions, I feel like the most notorious corner we've seen is definitely this backtrack chicane here. A lot of drivers seem to either lock up the brakes as they enter the corner or they wheel hop, and usually when you see one driver go, the rest of them follow. So I'll be very interested to see how they handle that here today.
Definitely on this initial start where they're double file. Any corner, especially here in the backstretch chicane, going to be very, very treacherous on this first lap. So we'll see how it goes to the Charlotte Roval. 12 laps in the Bojangles 175. Let's go on track and fire these cars up for road course racing in the Target Series.
Drivers, start your engine!
And 42 engines are fired up, and 42 cars are rolling through the backstretch chicane as we get ready for road course racing in the Target Series here at the Charlotte Roval. Only the second season we've been here. Race shortened a little bit to 12 laps this season instead of last season, a little bit longer, and we'll see how that impacts the quality of the racing here. So we have Evan Hunter and Adam McDowell in the front row. Fitzwater, who narrowly missed a win at Texas last race, starts in third, looking for some redemption. Eli Bright and Roman Fenway round out the top five, as the pace car is going to make the left turn to pit road off of oval turns 3 and 4, and we'll get set for 12 laps of racing here at the Charlotte Roval. Evan Hunter going to lead the field to the green flag, and McDowell with them in the 38. We'll see how this initial start goes. We'll see if anyone gets collected in an early accident. Hunter steps on the gas, and we're green flag racing at the Charlotte Roval.
Evan Hunter in the 64 got a very good jump there in the first set of corners, as I noticed on the start of the race there, the 40 of Jose Mills got a very bad start. He looks like he might have spun the tires or something. A lot of people got the jump on him, but hopefully he'll be able to recover. As you can see here, Evan Hunter is already out to a pretty decent-sized lead.
Yeah, Hunter and Adam McDowell get away the first battle for third, but Fitzwater cleans that up. Eli Bright tried to get there, but couldn't. He'll get back in line, look maybe for a crossover, get to the inside through these few corners right here, where the inside lane definitely preferred. McDowell gains a little bit on Hunter there, but Hunter pulls back away with a great corner exit. Single file through about the front 10, back behind they are double file. Looks like that might be Landon Lyons in the 92 in that first side-by-side battle. It is Lyons trying to get by Bronson Mick in the 42 as they race down now into this backstretch chicane.
Yeah, I think these guys know that, as Fitzwater looks like he went a little wide there into that corner. As you can see, these guys, different lines through this, trying to make sure that they can control their car. This is a little different, these guys were able to stretch it out a little bit more. I think they knew the treacherous of that backstretch chicane, so I think they were being a little bit more precautious not to try to take themselves out early here.
Evan Hunter from pole position leads the first lap here at the Charlotte Roval. Adam McDowell in second, closing a little bit right there in that last half of the lap. Fitzwater maintains third, Eli Bright in fourth, and Roman Fenway fifth. Then Mason Baskers, Luke Rainey, sixth and seventh. Colin Teague, Jose Mills, and Coda round out the top 10. Single file through about here. Back there, first side-by-side battle, Casey Nanico and Eric Olson battling hard for positions inside the top 20. Just behind them, Mathis Wells, the 16, looks to get up into this battle. Just behind him, Jennifer Beaver. Here's points leader Levi Jones as the yellow flag is out, so some sort of issue on this racetrack is brought a caution flag early on. We'll see who maybe was involved, and it looks like Landon Dinkins has damage to the 6th car. Alex Turn, Danny Lloyd as well. There's Alex Fletcher. He's all torn up. Brett Sears rear end damage. So some big crash happened. It looks like it may have been on the front stretch.
Yeah, I'm going to say it'd probably be entering the first corner or maybe even the front stretch chicane there before the start finish. As Fitzwater, the 89, the 19, the 40, the 29, the 42, all of them spin here on the backstretch chicane. We said it here before the race started. It's very treacherous. The 16 and the 18, the 22, Levi Jones, your points leader, the 60, the 1, Jay Jefferson. All these guys are trying to avoid as the 5 goes around as well. And here comes the damaged cars. It doesn't seem like anyone there in the backstretch chicane got too much damage from the little spins there, so we'll have to see if are able to continue.
And the first caution of the day out here at the Charlotte Roval, the Bojangles 175. Lap number 3, Evan Hunter's led them all so far in the 64. Let's see what happens. Some sort of big crash has happened, possibly down the front stretch. Landon Dinkins and others are all torn up, and they're going to be done for the day. A very interesting scenario here at the Charlotte Roval. Brett Sierra and Jake Richardson are side by side entering the front stretch chicane. Richardson's going to look to carry some momentum through and gets a little wide. As you can see, the one Jay Jefferson also goes wide, but he gets over the curbs. He does a good job of controlling his car. Richardson a little bit more over the curbs. It spins him into Sierra. 48 into the wall, then stopped. Fletcher gets on the brakes and misses the 48 until Lloyd comes in. And I can't describe that one. Lloyd just kind of ran into him, and then Dinkins and Alex Turner also got involved because of that. So it was going to be a one-car accident. Sierra was starting to drive away from the scene. Instead, it turned to about 5-6 cars that got damaged in this one.
Yeah, I'm going to say, maybe the 10 of Lloyd tried to stop, but maybe locked. Oh, geez, never. That was like a full head of steam. Maybe I'm at a loss for words there. I'm not sure what happened there.
Yeah,
it doesn't look like
something was on the track, maybe from the 48 hitting the wall.
That could be maybe some fluids or something were down there, didn't allow him to stop. But I don't know. I mean, very interesting here. It's sad to see for the 41, the 6 of Dinkins and the 05 of Alex Turner here. But it's what you get with the Charlotte Roval here. It's very unpredictable.
And our first caution of the day out, Evan Hunter with the race lead 64 from pole position, who leads back to the green flag in the Bojangles 175. Coming back to green here at the Charlotte Roval, just cleaning up our first accident of the day, and we'll restart on lap number 5. Evan Hunter out in front. Out of this race include Landon Dinkins and Alex Fletcher. Some drivers at the back of the field came down to get repairs. They'll be at the back of the field for this restart. Evan Hunter 64 currently leads at second place. Adam McDowell. Third is now Luke Rennie. Missed that accident in the backstretch chicane. He's up inside the top 3. Colin Teague is 4th. Landon Lyons is currently in 5th. They have Fitzwater, Eli Bright, Fenway, Baskers, and Mills, the front 10. Remember that 892? They had some issues at Texas. They're right now 5th and 7th for the restart. As the green flag waves, Hunter steps on the gas and gets away with a great restart.
Yeah, Evan Hunter with a very good restart as Luke Rennie dives to the inside of here of McDowell. Very good start by Luke there. Looks like the 38 might have had a little bit of a wheel spin there on the restart, but he actually recovered nicely, passes Luke back, and then it looks like Colin Teague's going to try to get to the inside of Luke.
And Fitzwater wide. Here comes Eli Bright to his inside looking for a spot there in the 59 cars. They race side by side through this infield portion of the racetrack. Very hard to get through single file sometimes, so getting through double file even harder. These drivers doing a great job so far. Fitzwater going to keep it over Eli. Eli maybe look to get back in line, but Fenway filled that hole. At the front, Teague looks on Rainey for 3rd. Luke trying to get the momentum on the top side, get around off the corner. Teague looking to use the shorter way around this banked portion of the racetrack, but can't do it. Rainey keeps 3rd. The front 2 have gotten away. Hunter long gone the 64 as they enter the backstretch chicane.
Yeah, Hunter has a very big lead there, followed by McDowell. Those two kind of separated themselves as you see them going through the backstretch chicane here. Doesn't look... Oh, there's a couple of stints. Eli Bright, Roman Fenway, I believe that is the 92 as well. As they're going 3 or 4 wide, the 9 spins. Someone's in the wall over there. I was not expecting to see 3 wide going through that backstretch chicane. Could have been a lot worse. Oh, Dan Lloyd gets almost... Doesn't look... I don't wonder if he got sideswiped there or got pounded. Looks like he got sent there.
And no caution. The officials have kept it green, but Lloyd's day has gone from bad to worse. Ran into that crash, now he runs into the wall, trying to miss whatever happened on the backstretch chicane. Still the same front 3, front 4. Fitzwater's gotten away, but then the whole pack spread out now in different faces at the front. Mills now up to 6th after missing that. Keyshawn Richardson up inside the top 10 to 7th. How about Tommy Fletcher Jr. up to 8th? 9th is now Landon Lyons after dropping back, and now Fenway is 10th, Eli Bright 11th, and these drivers have some rear end damage. Maybe, I mean, it's a road course. Position like that on the in terms of aerodynamics doesn't really mean much, so these drivers don't need to not have damage. They can go around this track just fine with damage. We can see Eli Bright now get about onto the back of Landon Lyons, looking for a spot inside the top 10.
Yeah, you might want to watch these two here, the 92 and the 8. You never know what could happen, but Mason Baskers is going to take advantage on the bottom side there of Eli Bright. We'll see if he's going to be able to clear him before the backstretch chicane here, or if they're going to have to fight side by side through it.
Baskers looking to lift early and does. We have some cars in the wall. It looks like Tommy Fletcher Jr. and Fitzwater were some of them. Landon Lyons spins Eli Bright into him, and the 92's upside down. Lyons flips, gets hit multiple times. Now the yellow flag will get displayed. So caution number 2 is out here at the Charlotte Roval. And, I mean, that wasn't a payback, but it's just kind of ironic the 8 got into the 92 to cause that to happen.
Yeah, that was very interesting there. It looks like the 92 might have, locked up the brakes there, and then Eli was not expecting that to happen and just got into the side of him and just propped him upside down, rolled him over. But I don't know. I think it looked like the 92 was able to continue on there, so we'll have to see if he's going to have to retire here or not.
Yeah, Lyons drove away, but obviously significant chance that 92 will come down pit road for sure and see if they can repair it. So it's our second caution flag here in the Bojangles 175. Evan Hunter did not want to see that. He had pulled away to a nice gap. Now he has another restart to deal with, but let's see what happened. Caution is out for what we assume happened in the backstretch chicane. Lyons upside down here at the Charlotte Roval. So the second caution flag was actually caused by a single car spin in the backstretch chicane. Tommy Fletcher Jr. gets on the brakes hard and spins around, entering the backstretch chicane. The caution lights come on as soon as he gets sideways. You'll see the lights in the background there. They start to extinguish yellow, so Fletcher spins. He's sitting like that. The yellow flag comes in, even though he starts to keep going. Lyons slams on the brakes to miss it, gets over the curbs. Eli Bright over the curbs, can't control his car, and absolutely pile drives 92 in the driver's side door, which flips the 92 over. Code Red hits the 92. Zidell, 00 Kukulon. I mean, he like a pinball. No one can miss him. Shones into him. Mathis Wells spins around, and Lyons does keep going. But look at the heavy damage to the roof and the door of that 92.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like he just broke hard under there. It got loose. It looks like Eli Bright tried to stop, but as you can see there, those blue turtles there looks like Eli just jumped over them, didn't have enough time to stop, and just got into the side of the 92 there and flipped them right over. At least it was a nice slow roll. Wasn't nothing too violent. I mean, other than a T-bone to the driver's side door there for the 92.
Yeah, those turtles definitely vicious. They're very high up off the ground to encourage drivers to stay on the racetrack, but sometimes when you get over them, it's hard to control because of how steep they are and how much they throw your car to the side. For Eli Bright, you just learned that right there, as he could not control his car at all after getting up over those turtles. So it's our second caution flag of the day, and for Evan Hunter, he's loved this race so far. He's out in front, in control, in the Bojangles 175 here at the Charlotte Roval. So coming up for our final restart of the day, we'll take it with 4 to go. So that means if at any moment, once we take the green flag, if yellow comes out, this race will be over. So these drivers know they have to get up on the wheel to try and gain positions, because at any moment, that could be the final moment under green. Evan Hunter's led every single lap for pole position. McDowell wants to change that. He started second. He's rode in second all race long. Colin Teague is now third. Mills up to fourth, and Keyshawn Richardson up to fifth. Luke Ray in sixth has some slight damage. Fitzwater's damage in seventh. Fenway, Baskers, Fletcher Jr. are inside the top 10. We'll see how this restart goes. The final of the day. 4 laps to go for Evan Hunter. We're back to racing at the Charlotte Roval.
Evan Hunter doesn't get as big as a jump this time as he has in the past restarts here today. Adam McDowell is right on him. It looks like, I mean, from what I've seen so far today with this race, Adam McDowell has the only car that's been competitive with the 64 of Evan Hunter, able to somewhat stay with him. So we'll have to see if Adam can make a move here within the closing laps.
It looks like Evan's car is maybe set more for this infield section. He gets through here a little bit better than McDowell, but it looks like McDowell really close in the second half of the lap when they're kind of wide open through the bank corners. Looks like maybe the 38 set up for more speed, 64 more set up for handling here. We'll see if the 38 can close in into this last half of the lap, coming around to 3 to go this time by.
Yeah, as you were saying, that different setups here, you know, it pretty much is 50-50 like a Roval should be, you know. You can either set it up for the infield part or the speed on the backstretch, as Adam McDowell caught up pretty good there, but we'll have to see. He's almost looking to the outside, but doesn't quite get there. He's almost right on his quarter panel, actually, so we'll have to see if he can get side by side here, as it looks like the rest of the cars got through that backstretch chicane.
McDowell in the draft and closes into a car length on the 64 of Hunter. This thing is not over with yet. We'll see if McDowell can get through this front stretch chicane well. Goes a little bit wider than Hunter, but gets in the gas a little bit sooner. Hunter does get a good run off the corner, but McDowell is there in the back bumper. It's these two with Colin Teague in third, because you never know what these front two can do, especially at the Charlotte Roval. You see someone break into the corner hard, get into the guy in front, and spin around. So anything is possible here in these final 3 laps.
McDowell's got to be very patient here. You know, not that many spots where you can make a good, clean pass. So we'll have to see if he's able to get an opportunity here and try to dive it to the inside of the 64. And like you said, if the front two do get together, the two of Colin Teague there is waiting behind them to try to strike and possibly steal a win here today.
I would like to mention Evan Hunter knows how to win on road courses. He did it last season at Road America. So he's looking for a win here in the Charlotte Roval to continue his success at turning left and right. Gaps McDowell right there, so a great corner for Hunter. Pulls away, but McDowell really got time through this section last lap. He got through this backstretch chicane really, really well and closed in again. You can see right there, 38 a little bit better through the backstretch chicane. Gets a great run off the corner and closes back in on the 64 just a little bit.
Yeah, it might have looked like Evan got a little, high there in that little chicane. Didn't get the line he wanted to get, but the 38 was right on his line, so he was able to catch up a little bit, but as you can see here, he's going to almost get almost a full car length there. Maybe broke a little later, a little harder, and was able to catch up. About a car and a half there. Gains a little bit there. It's going to be interesting to see what he can do here in these final 2 laps.
It's a tale of 2 driving styles here at the front of the field. Hunter really likes to let the car ease into the corner and then get on the gas sooner off the corner. But for McDowell, he's really aggressive under braking. Brakes really late, tries to close in, maybe get to the bumper on corner entrance, but loses some time on exit. We'll see which one of those strategies works out for the best. Right now for Hunter, it's working out better. He's pulled away from McDowell through this infield section. Colin Teague is actually closing a little bit on McDowell now for second position. But we'll see if Adam has anything for the 64. We're coming to the white flag this time by the Charlotte Roval. If we stay on the green flag, we'll have a green flag finish here in the Bojangles 175.
Seems like mostly everyone on the track is all single file spaced out. Don't see any battles going on there as Evan Hunter continues to grow his lead a little bit. See if he can get through this part. He does get through this backstretch chicane a lot better. Even looks like the 38 might have pushed it a little much. Is going to allow the two to catch back up to his bumper.
Yeah, the 38 kind of swung wide there. Now Colin Teague will have a shot for second, and as long as Evan Hunter doesn't mess up any of these last corners on this last lap, I think he's going to have this race in the bag, starting on points at every single lap. Now to the white flag. It is waving one more time around the Charlotte Roval for Evan Hunter. He has dominated today. McDowell trying to find any way to make that 64 mess up, maybe put some pressure. He's pulled away from Teague for a second now, as fourth place, Jose Mills tries to close in on Teague. Fifth is now Keyshawn Richardson. We'll see if Fitzwater can get that spot for a top 5. Fenway, Rainey, Baskers, and Nanico round out the top 10. But at the front of the field, McDowell tries to close in on Hunter, but the 64 with a nice gap. Just has to be patient through these final few corners. It'll be his victory here today.
Yeah, as long as Evan Hunter hits his marks in the last corners here on this lap, I think it's his race to lose at the moment. He's been perfect all day. Adam McDowell has given him a little bit of a fight there, but as you said, it looks like Evan's car is set up more for that infield section, which if I was a crew chief, I would definitely try to get my car set up for that, because I feel like that's one of the most predominant parts of the track.
Hunter pulled away that time by. McDowell tries to close in through this backstretch chicane, but as long as Hunter doesn't spin out, he did spin out! Hunter with a huge mistake, and McDowell gets away to the race lead, so he puts pressure on the 64, and it pays off on the last lap. And Adam McDowell, as long as he can make it through the front stretch chicane, is going to win the Charlotte Roval, leading one lap. The last one. Two-time champion will do it. Adam McDowell wins the Charlotte Roval.
I think I jinxed him.
That might have been the commentator's jinx.
I might have jinxed him.
Hunter gets away in fourth, but the mistake costs him the race victory. The one mistake he made all race long. He had not made a single mistake up until that point. And McDowell maybe got a little bit closer than Hunter was liking. Hunter tried to drive it a little bit harder, tried to get on the brakes, and it didn't work out for him. And Adam McDowell kept it straight and drove through. He mentioned mistakes prevalent around this racetrack, and the dominator of the day, Hunter, just made a big one on the last lap. Heartbreak for Evan Hunter, but jubilation for the two-time Target Series champion Adam McDowell back to victory lane in the Target Series. Let's go see the finish results in the point standings. Here is how they finished in the Bojangles 175 at the Charlotte Roval. 2 caution flags today, 4 laps under the yellow, and 1 lead change. 2 drivers, and that 1 lead change happened in the backstretch chicane as Adam McDowell got through cleanly as Evan Hunter wheel hopped, locked the brakes up. We'll only know after Hunter tells us what happened, but McDowell gets to victory lane leading 1 single lap. Colin Teague and Jose Mills get through to finish 2nd and 3rd. Hunter falls back to finish in 4th. 11 of 12 laps led from the pole position. It was a dominating day for Hunter, but unfortunately, he comes up short on the race victory. Luke Rainey scores the top 5 in the 88. Great points day for him. Then Keyshawn Richardson gets 6th, Roman Fenway 7th, Zachary Fitzwater Sr. in 8th, Mason Baskers and Casey Nanico round out the top 10. So Noble's just outside of the top 10. Jake Richardson, remember, he got involved. He was kind of involved in that first accident. He hit the 48 up into the wall. Richardson climbs up to get 11th. Code Red involves in some crashes, gets 15th. Levi Schoen's our points leader, 18th place, and he'll keep that points lead with a strong performance. Colton Yo and Zach DeLello, they also were up there in points, 19th and 20th. You look down below the top 20 finishers. Trey Rainey making his final Target Series season appearance in 25th place here at the Charlotte Roval. Eli Bright, 26th, involved in that big crash with Landon Lyons. Drivers back here, Brett Sierra and Jeff Bright. Hernandez, Anderson, Minnick, Galloway, Smith, Brian Price, Lloyd, Turner, and then cars out. Landon Lyons from that flip out. Alex Searcher and Landon Dinkins out from the first accident of the day. As now let's go see the point standings after 5 races in the Target Series season.
And for the 3rd race in a row, your points leader is the 22 of Levi Schoens, growing his points lead today after the Roval. In 2nd place is the 59 of Zachary Fitzwater. 3rd is the 25 of Eric Olson. 4th place is the 24 of Zachary DeLello. And rounding out the top 5 in points is the 42 of Bronson Minnick. In 6th, it's the 47 of Madison Tall. 7th is the 88 of Luke Rainey. The 33 Sebastian Dupayne is in 8th. 17 of Jake Richardson is 9th in points, and rounding out the top 10 is the 2 of Colin Teague. 11th, 55 of Colton Yeo. The 29 of Code Red is in 12th. The 14 of Casey Nanico is in 13th. The 19 of Mason Baskers, 14th in points. 15th is the 16 of Mathis Wells. 16th in points is the 40 of Jose Mills. 17th is 77 of Tommy Fletcher Jr. 18th, 11 of Keyshawn Richardson. 19th, the 8 of Eli Bright. And rounding out the top 20 in points is the 18 of Jennifer Buford.
As we look down at the bottom of the points, some of these drivers not so fortunate through their first few races. Sprayly, Tube, and Reed now drop down. They're out of wildcard contention. Adam McDowell's first victory of the season, he's up to 36th in points. He was down, I believe, last in points after Texas, so that was a great jump for the driver of the 38. Other notables, Evan Hunter, leading most of the laps here today. 25th in points after the good day, but you think of what could have been. He's only 1 point. I mean, look at how close he is to the drivers in front. From 21st down to Evan Hunter in 25th, that's 6 points. He would have had more than that. He could have been inside the top 20 if he won here today, but unfortunate for him, he's down now 25th in points, just a little bit lower. Brett Sierra, last season's champion, is now 31st in the point standings. Taylor Bryan Price, Adam McDowell, 35th, 36th. Landon Lyons now down 38th, Trey Rainey 39th, Jeff Bright down in 40th, and rounding out the points field, Alex Fletcher and Danny Lloyd have not had great seasons thus far, down 41st and 42nd in the points field. 5 races through with the Target Series, season number 11. The next race is going to go up to the Northeast. We're going to the Vermont International Speedway for the Bass Pro Shops 300. I will see you guys then.